So basically, both of us are Tamilians. However, we were brought up in North. We got married and then we were living in Delhi for several years. So overall around 20 odd years in Delhi, and then the job brought us to Bangalore. So that is how both of us are South Indians, but born and bred in North. So we have possibly a combination of both, the South Indian, sort of beliefs and the North Indian aggression, if I may say that. We decided, so we bought this land around 10 years back, but truly started becoming serious about it in 2013-14, and we started. Our children grew up here, got educated, got married and moved. Around the time when they moved out, I was still in active service, and she started to feel bored. And she said, Shriram, I want to do something. And as you know, my passion is in gardening, nature and others. I want to get into farming. And that's what kind of was the starting point. When we bought the land, we were completely naive. Though she had a passion, but our education was completely away from farming segment, right? So a lot of efforts went in, and she started to get acquainted with people in this line. We came across some not so sharing kind of people, and some who really were very, very helpful. Then she really worked hard. While I continued to be in service for a few years, till 4 years back, she really slogged hard to convert this barren land into what you see now as a lush green farm.
When I bought this, he gifted me this land for my passion. I had no idea how I'm going to change this, because there was.
How were you feeling at that point?
I was very happy to see a lot of Nilgiri trees, I had no idea that I'm a fool to see Nilgiri trees. I used to feel, wow, it's so nice to see all green and Nilgiri trees. Then somebody told me, are you crazy? Nilgiri trees is not good for your land. Then I had to clear the whole land. Then slowly I started growing vegetables, actually, so that it should get improved. 2 years I tried that. Then I planted all the trees, whichever you are seeing here. That is in 2014. So I planted all these trees, and now they are big boys.
I started to tell her that now that you have a large scale and we get close to a couple of tons of mangoes and sapota, naturally we can't consume and we can't give it to neighbors. So we need to find a way to sell. As we started to move into selling these, we realized the challenge. And actually, incidentally, we did meet one Mr. Vasu. So he said, sir, many people can grow. Growing is 20% of the challenge. 80% is selling it. And we did realize we made the same mistake he told us not to make. But then, bottom line, the mangoes did not fetch us good price. So we realized that it's not a very high remuneration kind of scenario for these fruits, because they're very common fruits. Then I said, let's just break the chain. Let's go for something which we also feel good, and it also fetches us something which is good for us to self-sustain with all the people who are working here. They should feel happy at the end of the day that they are also getting good amount for having put in the labor. That's when we started switching to the new age plants. Avocados were coming well, so we said, let's go after avocados. We started researching and finding the good cultivars and people who are growing it. Similarly, we started to research for some other plants. So one of our coach, who's from Coorg, said, grow dragon fruit, it will come out well. So we tried that. Then we came across an American. He, out of passion, has started to create a nursery where he has only exotic citrus varieties, nothing else. Specializes in citrus. And he started to tell us that in your area, I think, and don't think because I'm specializing in citrus, I'm selling you that. Try it. Most likely it should grow well. So first we tried oranges, Valencia orange. It really started to come well. Then we became a little bit more bold. It took some lemon varieties from him, like Mayor lemon and this. And finally we went with the grapefruit. By then we are exhausted with our land. Otherwise he... Kumquat, correct. We got kumquat from... Kumquat. So that is how we switched from traditional fruits to the new age fruits and a little bit more so-called exotic, but these exotic also, you know, in 5 years every exotic becomes common. Somashekar, maybe 10 years. A very resourceful person in and around. He has excellent connections for him to be able to get us whatever we want. Shrikant, his wife Sarita, and their son here on premises. And they are kind of the Karta Datta to look after the farm as their own farm, and then they will just keep telling us what's going on. So that's what they are. That's what they are. And Shiva is our handyman for everything. So he drives our vehicles, he lives with us in Bangalore, he comes with us when we come here, and he becomes part of the team to do any kind of a heavy lifting and other kind of things. So I came across a friend of ours whose son is doing marketing for him. The same farming segment. And he mentioned that there are companies like Farmizen who would value your product, one, and second, they will, you know, they may not be able to take your entire product, but whatever they have access to in the marketplace, they would be able to help you out. That's how then I got in touch with Farmizen and then started supplying. So it was, I think, for the past 8 months or so, I've now got engaged with Farmizen and feel good that at least we found a place through which there is a value for the products we make and the efforts get, you know, paid through a decent amount for us to be able to take care of the families who are here.
He's an earning father and I'm a devoted mother. So my imagination for my farm, what I wanted a lot of children should come to my farm to do the picking of the fruits, you know, and they should see how difficult it is to grow the plant, and the flowers has to come, the fruit it has to get converted. So how the bees come, they sit on the flower and all, you know. I want them to get connected to the nature. When we were young, we used to just climb the tree and pluck the fruit and eat it. Now there is no concept like that. But I want that scenario to be changed. I want the kids should visit the farm, my farm especially. I don't know about others. They should climb the tree. They should know how to climb the tree, pluck the fruit, sit there and eat and throw the seed so that another plant is coming from there. That's all I want from my farm. Next generation should get more connected to the nature. That's all I want from my farm. That's the only reason I'm growing this, because whatever fun I had in my childhood, I want the other generations, next to next generation should have the similar kind of enjoyment. That's all I want, nothing else.
You see how different each one of us are.
Great.
Thank you.
Very nicely said.
Thank you.
Means you beat me in these things.
No, no, no. This is the difference between us. You worked in a corporate, I worked in the farm.